Good evening, managers, and welcome to tonight's edition of the FPL Ambassador show. It's been a while in coming. I mean, this game week has seen the three of us make good strides, and it seems as if we all have, smiles on our face. If not even on our faces, it's inside. I think that small, we are taking our own advice and we are moving on. Raymond, how's your game week been so far? Are your players down and out? Down and out, sorry.
Yes, those who play have finished playing. I don't have any Everton and Newcastle assets, so I'm just praying that I'm not affected badly by the players of this game week. I mean, from the last game.
Oh, no, don't stress too much. They don't do anything of significance. Marvin, how are you also doing?
I think it's not been a bad week at all.
After stealing people's advice.
I don't steal anybody's advice on this show.
You stole somebody's advice the last time.
You leave it, but get there.
Yo.
You go take Robo. You get there.
There was no way you were getting
Robo. Somebody's advice. I mean, they also stole my advice. So, any man can be answered.
As the day. This one.
So I had a good week.
No, don't shake it. Okay.
So so we are moving forward. I'm also looking at not making any Newcastle or Everton, whatever, affects me because I don't have any of their players. But all in all, I think it's been a good week so far.
Okay, not too bad there. So this game week is a very tricky blank game week 30. We have been talking about blank game week 30 for about 6 weeks now. I think since game week 25 coming, we have been planning, Charlie. It has finally arrived, and we don't know what to do, whether to free hit, whether to maintain our players, which players to search. And the games are just some wavy. But Charlie, how we do it? Okay, so before we move to our teams, any key points that we need to know from the just past game week across board? Marvin, Rowland.
For me,
key points here.
The heights.
I mean, FPL,
it's Liverpool, jump on Liverpool, Man City, Charlie bandwagon, go on it straight up. When they begin to have games, tripling up, it may be tricky for City, but I think that because they are both going for the title, there will be less rotation now. I don't think key players will be rested, as we saw Salah. I mean, that was just a precautionary measure. But moving forward, it won't happen. So your key players, getting Liverpool, those fighting for top 4 too, you have to get their players in because they mean business.
Okay.
Marvin,
any other A?
I think key points to notice we're pretty much at the last stages of the season. So targets the players who have something to play for. It's going to be definitely going to be between Man City and Liverpool. Also, all those who are vying for top 4 positions have something to play for. The likes of Arsenal, the likes of Tottenham. If you can consider a team like United as part, well, you can go for their players. The likes of maybe West Ham, and also the European positions. Look at the likes of Wolves as well. And also the people at the bottom. Although, I mean, we don't normally look there, but also the people at the bottom are also fighting. I mean, Newcastle was in such a position some few months back, but you can see how they've turned over in a couple of months that Eddie Howe came over and got the transfer window, and then got quite a number of new faces, and he shot up the back line, etc., etc. So just look at teams who have things to play for, especially those on the higher side of the table, and then target their players.
Okay, so the people in the middle side of the table, I'm hearing that those people, they've already started going on vacation, so we can stop avoiding their players. You can start avoiding their players like Southampton and Co. They are safe. So Rowland, your team.
They don't have much to fight. Yeah, so my team saw me get not really the green arrow that I wanted. I didn't
Oh,
initially want to
Salah.
triple captain, but later on
I'm
I
sorry.
just thought that I'll take the punt. Naturally, triple chips, when it comes to playing chips, I'm not too good with them. So it's of no surprise to me that Salah, who has missed barely 2 games in about 4 seasons, misses or gets injured. I mean, it's just amazing, but it's just one of those things. You take it on the chin and you move on. I don't see it as much of a big deal. I mean, gaining how many points? Maybe 10 extra points on other managers. Yes, it isn't exactly what I wanted, but I played my wild card at the right time, so it softened the blow a bit. So I took out 3 players, brought in 3. I took out Rafinha, I took out James, then I took out Saiz, brought in Kulusevski, brought in Doherty, and then Robertson. So the -8 did pay off because I think Robertson even outscored the 3 players that I sold. So if you even take out the -8, that means that there's just a deficit of 1, right? So
Okay.
my 3 players scored 11. And then if you add the 8 to it, so it's 19. So Robo managed to even take care of that. And Kulisevsky was good. The only low of my game week was Son. He really disappointed me. I wasn't expecting him to go 2 game weeks blanking. And it's more of not having Kane that has made my rank go down even further. So I took the hit early on Kulisevsky. If I hadn't done that, I would have been able to maybe get Kane in, but that's past. So he's just looking forward to the following week. So that's about it.
Okay. Not bad then. We just hope that you are able to get more better chips used as the season goes on, Charlie. It will be why. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
So with my team, I just I think I brought in who did I bring? Martinelli, and then who else? Who else did I bring? I've forgotten, Charlie.
You did a -4.
Yes, so I
Doherty,
brought in
Doherty.
Martinelli and Doherty. Okay, Martinelli and Doherty. I needed to bring in Saka, but I couldn't get in Saka because if I get Saka, I can't get Doherty. So I brought in Martinelli and Doherty and -4, and I think everybody has been able to do the work for now. I'm climbing small. Now I'm close to 500. I'm praying I move further and further. So I don't want to talk much about my team. Okay, please. Marvin, please talk about your team. Let's go on.
Okay, so I brought in Robertson and Kulusevski. I
After
took out.
stealing advice from somebody.
Okay, I don't know what your issue is. I'll just continue. There's something simple that we can always say. I mean, when it comes to FPL, before you think, everybody has thought. I can tell you that somebody knows what they want to do in game week 38. Let's not kid ourselves. Just because we come and say we want to buy Doherty and things, that's not the only thing I want to buy. Roland came and say some things, but I went to buy Doherty at the end of the day. So people know what they want to do even before they come here. You understand? So before you think, you have already thought. Everybody has thought that we are sitting here, we are talking to managers. We have ideas. But by the end of the day, by the end of like let's say the next day, it's fully fleshed out or whatever. So anyway, as I said, brought in Robertson for Cancelo. I think Cancelo got 9 points.
Yeah.
Robertson got 18 points. Kulusevski, I took out Coutinho and brought in Kulusevski because I just looked at the upside of Kulusevski. I've been eyeing him for quite a while. And so I decided that if he has a double game week, with an eye on the Brighton game, I decided to go for him. And he was cheaper as well, which helped me get some fouls out of Coutinho. And of course, the Ramsey that I captained some 2 whatever weeks ago, and he decided to perform and he's on my bench. So the Kilman is also on the bench. However, I think my single game week players did it for me in terms of they got some form of returns. Rodrigo gave me 5, Sar gave me 6, Rafinha got an assist, Adams got an assist. I think White got a clean sheet in the first game. So yeah, all in all, the -4 paid off. Gave me 110, has given me another green arrow. So well, all in all, I think as my things, I have my bench boost and free hits left. So we will see when we utilize those chips as well.
Great. You're having a good run right now. Top 80k. Pray that you move further and further as well. Okay. So our take was Charlie Samuel, so I don't want to talk about it. Saka and Son just decided to disappoint, but Robertson, Laka, this Everton boys, Kane and Salah also decided to be a bit over there. So that is it. Now there's a new leader. Come again.
I said the last week's picks weren't that bad.
Yeah, they weren't that bad per se. Just that some players decided to not do the work there.
Richarlison and Gordon are also playing tonight, so it's not that bad.
Hey, Henrik, I forgot to know. Ramsdale and Mendy also gave the point that you needed over there. So Roland, this is your Dennis move, This is your Dennis move, Who said it?
It's rather unfortunate because Kuto is taking his place now. It's rather unfortunate.
So for the FPL Ambassador Show League, we have a new leader, Emil Smith-Joe, over there topping.
Emil Smith-Joe.
Emil Smith-Joe. I mean, Nemo. And we are reminding managers that the league is going to be closed as soon as Gameweek 29 ends. So if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe.
Tell you where's Precious? Number
nine. Precious. And then Alexander is also here trying to also climb. So these guys are looking to try and
Precious is my target. Precious is my target.
So sure. So pick for this week. Roland, what are the key players that you watch out for this week? In this blank game week of only 4 fixtures.
Did I go for Ramsdale as keeper?
Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with
it. Issues about this thing, but I just said skip. I just got a blank game, but you continue.
Well, what's the issue again? So I think that looking at it, goalkeeper Ramsdale he'll concede. I don't know why I kept it. Maybe I was tired yesterday, that's why. Because I decided against going for Ramsdale. I wanted to go for Sarr. But anyway, it's just one of those things. So defender, I went for Region. He played 2 games and played much better than Doherty did. And I think that, Ray, I made mention of Region to you, I think a day or 2 before, yes, that everyone was on the Doherty train, but I thought that Region would play further forward, and it happened. So, and I mean, yesterday to Doherty was, substituted during the game, so it's a bit dicey. But for midfield, I've gone for Rafinha, Mr. Lively. I was sitting on tenterhooks, I think, was it a Sunday? Man, the guy was playing, getting chances, hitting the bar. Hey, I was like, you know what? Sometimes when you make rush decisions, because going in for Kulusevski, I rushed it. I should have taken my time to think about it. So I rather saw Coutinho because I felt that I rather had Coutinho because I felt that he played well in a double game. But I knew against West Ham he didn't do much, so I should have still gone for Rafinha. But it's not bad. They play Wolves this tomorrow, and guy has an opportunity to perform well. Then forward, I've gone for Tony. Tony has been on form for the past 2 or 3 game weeks, scoring hat-tricks, scoring braces. I mean, he's done well.
Penalty.
And I think Leicester concedes in every single game they play. They haven't kept. Yes, they haven't kept a clean sheet since December last year or so. And the whole season, they've kept like 2 or 3 clean sheets. So there is no way Leicester is going to keep a clean sheet again. Also, even this evening, they've considered.
Are you sure?
They considered a very sloppy goal. But that's it. Martinelli was also a player that I recommended to you last week, Raymond. I mentioned that I thought that he would even do better than Saka. And true to it, he did. The only thing that was kind of bugging me was the fact that I had a defender and I had a keeper, so I couldn't get him because I had 3 Arsenal players already. Then captain, I've gone in for Kulusevski. He's outplayed Son in terms of positional play and even in terms of points. if you look at him for assists, it's not that bad. I mean, if he keeps getting an assist in every game, it's okay. Yesterday's game, for instance, when I came back, watched the highlights, I realized that it was a shot on target that took a deflection of Romero for the goal. So he was a bit unlucky, but he can rival Son, he can rival Kane. Kane is on another sphere as of now, but I mean, he can get a bit close to him. So these are my picks for the weekend.
Okay. I'll just
Any
comment about
comments,
I'll
Raymond?
just comment about Rafinha. It said that Rafinha has had only one double digit in all his life in FPL. And somebody is saying that maybe Corona will go, maybe by the time Corona will go, Rafinha will still not have hit another double digit return in FPL. So,
I tell you
Charlie,
to happen.
Charlie, please,
It
we
will
are
happen.
tired. We'll take the single
It will happen.
return, and if it's going to be
It will
concerned, we'll take
happen.
it like that. Okay, not too bad there. Marvin, what do you want to talk about your team?
It's better. And the fact is, he's cheap. He's cheap. So, Marvin, do you have anything to comment about the team before we go to yours?
Not really. I just don't trust Rafinha, to be honest. But he's playing against a Wolves side. Rafinha, I don't even know. I mean, as I was one of the people I had to take out Coutinho or Rafinha, I was just a toss of a coin. I just went for Rafinha. I think I went for Rafinha because of the fixture against Norwich. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd have taken out Rafinha. But I mean, the honest is a blank game week. There, you don't have so many options. So I mean, there's not much that you can do with it. So yes, aside that, everything is fine with you.
So Marvin, continue with yours.
Okay, so in goalkeeping, I've gone for Ramsdale as well. I think he's
who copied who? Let me create controversy.
So,
who copied who?
I sent my first set. Anyway, so for Ramsdale, I've gone for Ramsdale because I mean, looking at all the goalkeepers that are playing in this blank game week, I'll possibly edge him just above Sa. So that's why I went for Ramsdale. He's been in good form. I know he didn't keep any clean sheets against Liverpool, but Liverpool on another level, and with Man City in another planet. So it's nothing to be down about. So Ramsdale definitely is my keeper. And defense, I've gone for Cash. I mean, if you realized that Cash really has been, I think at some points people were contemplating between Cash and Luka Digne. But I think Cash has really outperformed Dean. He's been scoring assists. He's been bombing into the box left, right. Performance.
No, but one of the reasons why Precious is high is because of Cash. He's owned Cash for like forever. So every haul from Cash,
Yeah.
Precious. Okay.
So Cash is just, I mean, on another level. So definitely he can give you an attacking return. And that Aston Villa versus Arsenal game is not really a straightforward game. I think anybody can win. I think any results is possible. So I've gone for Cash because I think he's lively and he will have a good game. In midfield, I've gone for Madison. I think they are playing at Brentford side. On paper, I think they have the easiest game. So, and in terms of their players, when Madison, I think you remember before Madison got injured, I think he was just hauling over and over again. His performances were excellent, and that's why I've gone for him. I think he's going to have a good game on Sunday. Barring that, of course, he starts. I think he's going to start, and he'll just kick on from where he left off. Forward, I've gone for Jimenez because he's playing a lead side who I think has conceded the most goals. I have to check, or one of the most goals the whole season. Since March came, I don't think we've seen any improvements in their defense. They are still conceding a lot of goals. And one, I believe, is injured. So definitely, I don't think there's any anxiety of Jimenez not starting. He's definitely going to be the main focal point. And definitely, I think if there's an attacking return, he's definitely going to be involved. So that's what I've gone for. I know, right? Differential player, Ericsson. I'll go for Ericsson because I don't know whether you can say Tony's improved performances has a little to do with Ericsson because he's a midfield maestro, and Charlie he's really getting himself embedded in the games. He's doing well so far since he started playing for Brentford, and I think that Leicester, as we've been saying, they've been conceding and conceding and conceding. So I've picked him because I've said I believe that if there are any goals or anything, he would be involved some way, shape, or form. So that's why I've gone for Eriksen. Captaincy this week, I think Kane. If the people that own Kane, I'm sure majority of them might captain him. So I think I think it's a London derby, and Spurs and West Ham tend to have good games. So I think it's going to be a good game. So that's what I've gone for Kane captaincy. So yeah,
I'm not sure West Ham can pull an upset and then Kane won't be involved in anything.
they can pull an upset, but I think it's not. I don't see a goalless game. Or I don't see a game with let's say West Ham just scoring without Kane scoring. Or without Tottenham scoring. Having said that, though, Tottenham have been on some funny run. They win this game, the next game don't win. They win this game, the next game don't win. They win this game, the next game don't win. So they won the last game. They didn't win the Man U game. I think if I go back, I don't know that's when they won the 4-0 or what. I have to check.
Yes,
but
it's win, lose. That is how their run is.
There was some funny run,
Yeah,
so,
win, lose.
Yeah, either way, I still think there's going to be an engaging game. I think Tottenham and West Ham. I will never forget that goal that I think during lockdown or whatever, when there were no fans allowed, and they had like just 1 minute, and Lanzini just scored some goal.
That 3-3.
Yeah, Tottenham versus West Ham games are very enjoyable. So I think it's going to be another good game. So, and definitely there are going to be goals inside. So that's what I've gone for.
Sure. We have a question from Precious. Precious has a question for us. He's asking Barnes or Maddison. Barnes or Maddison. Rowland, Barnes or Maddison.
Okay. For me, Barnes is playing tonight, and depending on how he plays, if he does score a goal, he missed an opportunity before I came in for the show. If he does play well and plays 90, and Maddison doesn't come on at all, then it means it's Maddison. Nothing for me. But if Harvey Barnes scores, Brendan Rodgers has that kind of funny thing. You don't really know who he will pick, but he usually picks on form. So if Barnes scores this game week, that means that if he scores in this game, he'll play him over the weekend. So it's one for us to look at. And I think that Albrighton is also injured, so he also gives room for Lookman. So he's one we can also watch out for.
Okay.
So I'll pick Maddison. For now,
Marlvin.
Maddison.
How you Barnes or Maddison?
It's a tricky one, but I might. If you are saying, I don't know how Roland is looking at it. I don't know whether he's looking at it long term or short term. If it's just for the next game week,
no, just for this week.
Oh, then I'll go for Maddison because I think if I'm correct, he hasn't started this game, and Barnes has started. And even though Barnes can still play over the weekend, definitely I don't see why Maddison will be benched 2 times in a row. It doesn't make sense to me. So
twice in a row.
Sorry, twice in a row. Yeah. So definitely Maddison over Barnes.
I will still choose Barnes. Barnes is has been playing quite very well over the past few weeks, and he's playing on the flank whereby he's not going to be involved in goals but in assists as well. Now with Vardy not there, the strike partnership is between the strike will be that Iheanacho or Daka, and if the goals are not coming from them, Barnes will also start shooting. Barnes likes shooting. Though he's not a very prolific striker, the goals can come in there against Brentford. So same for Maddison, but Maddison Brendan Rodgers can do that thing. He'll play Tielemans today and then still play Tielemans again. He's a little bit unpredictable, but Barnes has been quite consistent in his starting lineup. So for security of start, I will choose Barnes over Maddison. But if we are very sure Maddison will play, then I think Maddison has the potential of getting more because he might get more involved in assists and then goals as well as compared to Barnes there. So now that being said, in game week, this is blank game week. Some managers looking at how tricky it is to get enough players. Now, key thing is if you have about 8 players for this game week, then you don't necessarily need to free hit because most managers don't have so much. You can reserve your free hit for either game week 33 or game week 36 if you have more of your chips left. But if you have two free hit, then that one you can surely use one this week and then maximize the benefit from this week, and then 33 and 36 you can use any of the other chips. The managers that are planning to free hit, this is a team I came up with. Now, the reason why I've chosen all the two of the best goalkeepers. Now, anything can happen. In a free hit, you never know what can happen. So I've gone for Star and then Ramsdale. And then at the back, the focus is on Saiz, Doherty, and then Cash. So I'm trusting because these guys can get involved in attacking returns. Because this game week is very difficult to predict where the clear cut fixtures will come from. So these are the guys, the defenders that I know would can get involved in some attacking returns against their opponent. And then in the middle, I have Martinelli, Son, Saka, Barnes, Coutinho. Now the challenge for me was either to choose Lacazette or to go with double in midfield. I think Lacazette will be good, but if I go with Lacazette, it restricts me up front because I think that up front, Kane is a no-brainer, and Jimenez is a no-brainer because Wolves will definitely score at least one goal against Leeds. And that one goal, if Jimenez is not scoring the goal, he's getting involved in gas. This Jimenez guy is quite incredible. Almost anytime Wolves score, he's involved there. Now, my challenge is that the Nacho spot, this guy, I always struggle pronouncing, so I just call him Nacho. That spot is a spot that I have for 3 players, Nacho, Daka, or Ivan Toney. I think as of now, I think Tony might be better than Nacho and Daka because when the Rogers is so unpredictable as of now, like I was trying to see if one plays Europa League, it means the other one will play the league. But he can do the same thing as Ryan has been saying. If assuming Nacho scores today, he can still play him in the A. So that point is quite unpredictable. But I expect that Leicester should score more goals against Brentford, at least for once. So I think that Ivan Toney should rather be at that spot. That is the only two that I have. What do you guys think about this team? Do you think it's a very good team that can give managers the point over others? And then I went on over Kulusevski. I chose a free hit. With a free hit, go for the big guys. Though it's quite tricky there. Yeah.
Who would you start?
Okay.
Go.
Okay. So looking at your free hit, you see, it just shows your defense card shows the caliber of games that we have this weekend.
I have like 5 point something million in the bank with this team.
Who are you starting?
You see, so if I'm looking at this team, all in all, it's not bad. But I'm just looking at Kane. Okay, Son instead of Son, I have Kulusevski. Now, Jimenez is not a player I trust. In terms of goals, like you were saying, he may score a goal. Matter. Let's not kid ourselves. This game will rather suit a player like Podence or Neto rather than a Jimenez. Because you see, when you watch the game against Everton, this was something that I said 2 weeks ago. He's not playing up front. He wants to play the Kane kind of role. And unfortunately for him, he doesn't. You see, the players around you determine the kind of football you play. If Kane holds the ball up, passes the ball to Son has speed, but he gets there and he waits for Kane to come. But Podence doesn't wait. He runs. He's ahead of Jimenez. He gets there. There's no one to support because Jimenez is not coming. Then he takes a shot on waste. So yes, he may be a good pick generally as we all see him to be. But honestly speaking, if you are giving me a striking position, I'll go for Lacazette instead if I have the option. I'd rather pick a Lacazette who I know, yes, he's not that prolific either, but he'll definitely do something. Jimenez, yes, he may get a goal, he may get an assist. Yes, that's also cool. But in terms of you racking up points on a free hit, I will not pick a Jimenez. I'll rather pick a Lacazette. So these are the two things: the Kulusevski, and my network. He says my network.
No. Yeah, last week he was commenting about your network of last week.
Yeah.
So
these are the two positions. These are the two positions I want to change: Kulusevski and Lacazette. Besides these two, the rest they pick themselves.
So
Marvin, what do you also think?
Marvin, before you come in,
yeah, right.
If you look at if you bring Lacazette, then it means one of Martinelli and Saka has to go because there's Ramsdale. So which
That's
of them
what I'm asking. Who are you starting in goal?
So I'm giving myself a benching headache. So I think Sa. Okay, so looking at how the team is, because I don't have Arsenal defense, Ramsdale might be better. So that it splits the I'm either here or if the clean sheet goes to Arsenal, I'll get a clean sheet at Arsenal and then get
Arsenal will not keep a clean sheet
against Aston Villa.
Raymond,
I know
it will be a surprise to me if we come and sit here next week and they get a clean sheet. I'm telling you, because
sure.
Villa lost their previous game and they are playing at home.
Sure.
And they've had enough rest time as compared to Arsenal.
Okay,
exactly.
So
Sa is number one.
Okay, so if Sa is the goalkeeper, then it means that Ramsdale will go and then Lacazette can come in straight forward. Because I think that game
of course you can just downgrade to Raya
and then bring in Lacazette. Marvin, you want to say something else?
Oh, for me,
I was just commenting, but if you
let me before Marvin comes in.
Well, move.
What I wanted to say is this: instead of Iheanacho, you can have Watkins instead of Coutinho. You can have Watkins because Watkins also has a good record against Arsenal. So with Coutinho, then you know who you can bring in for Coutinho. That one there is your own cup of tea. Because looking at this, it means that still you bench Coutinho. That's what it looks like to me because you play a 4-3-3, right? A 3-4-3, right?
3-4-3. Yeah.
Why do you have to bench Coutinho though? Why don't you bench one of the Arsenal players?
And one of the Arsenal players will be benched, and then in case of anything, one of them because normally on the field you also need to make sure that you have a very good bench, whereby one of them can come on.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So for me, these are the changes I've told you: Kulusevski and Lacazette. Marvin, please come.
Okay, Marvin.
I'll take out Doherty and bring in Reguilon instead. The reason being that Doherty has competition with Royale. Sessegnon is injured, so Reguilon at the moment really doesn't have any competition. And I think, since he's I might be wrong, but I think I prefer Reguilon honestly to Doherty. So that is that. The other thing is, I might move one of your strikers maybe for Tony, and it's a tricky one. The thing is that I'm not really a big fan of Lacazette because he's a striker, all right, but he's more of an assist machine at the moment because he supports the Martinelli and Saka and Odegaard or whatever. So I don't really see much of an upside with Lacazette that I can see with somebody like Iheanacho because I just feel like he's playing a better team in Brentford. So I might maybe take out somebody like Jimenez and maybe bring in Tony. That's my thinking. I'm not really keen on Lacazette, to be honest. I'll be okay with, but okay, you have a bench in a day because you have to bench one of them. So that's the issue. So I don't know who you are with in terms of Martinelli and Saka. I'm not keen on.
It just tells you how tricky this game week. There are no clear cut fixtures that you are really highly tripling in here or you are doubling here or what. So
why is everyone avoiding Antonio? Maybe this could be Antonio's week.
Antonio isn't he injured?
Please.
No, he's playing tonight. And he has a fairly good record against Spurs too.
It's okay.
Would you be a good record? Everybody has a good record against
So if you see
these are just facts.
we are just reminding managers to like our videos. Almost every time we forget to say this, but it's important. Please like the video. We always focus about the main deal that forget to tell managers to remind us. Rowland and Marlvin, please let's try and remind managers at the beginning of the video to like it for us, at least so that it gets YouTube helps. Charlie, I didn't cry. I'm
Sure.
Don't worry,
but Charlie, if you look at it there, you see that Amati and Johnson. Nobody have. None of you have competed. There are no players here. You can't. And if you want to fill the very good players, you will not be able to have enough because there are only like 8 teams. So I've had to have at least players also in the team. But that is it. So just your free hit team should have the strong 11 players, the very best that you want. And as has been said, I think the Ramsdale should go so that we can have the other players in there. So that is it over there. So now we have been talking about blank game week 30 for a very long while. Finally, we have arrived there. But then, as we've arrived at blank game week 30, there have been some fixtures announced for double game week 31. So there have been fixtures announced for double game week 31 and double game week 31. Burnley and then Everton are having double game week 31. So please don't sell your Burnley assets. The Wegos boys, please don't sell him. And then the Gordon boys, please don't sell him. The only challenge about the other double game week announced is double game week 33. But it's so unpredictable as of now. It can only be confirmed when the FA Cup games take place. Now, the FA Cup games will determine whether this Wolves game should be here. Because if Man City win, this Wolves game will be taken out. So they will not have a double again. If Chelsea win the FA Cup game, this Leeds game would also be taken out. So they will not have a double. They will just have one game. And then if Liverpool also win the FA Cup, which you're expecting that these 3 big teams should win their FA Cup games, the Aston Villa game will be taken out. Then if that also happens, then it means that Wolves will blank, Aston Villa will blank, and then Leeds will blank. The three big teams, if they all win the FA Cup games. But FA Cup games always has some upsets. So as of now, we can't think too much about double game week 33 as of now. The only thing is we can focus and be sure about is double game week 31, at least the next week after this week, after international break. Burnley and then Everton are going to have their double. And then some of the other teams, their double is confirmed. Like Leicester's double is confirmed. Southampton's double is fully confirmed. Newcastle's double is fully confirmed. Nothing will change it. But then this Arsenal 1-2 is a bit tricky as of now. So there are a lot of permutations about double game week 33 that we don't want to focus too much about. At least what we are very sure is that double game week 31 there, Basso, Live, and Khaled. Any comments, anything to say about that? And then before we can
know why you're wasting your time on double game week 31.
Exactly, Charlie.
You buy Wegos. We won't buy Wegos. You won't buy a Everton boys.
So,
no,
but see, the Wegos that I even have.
What fixtures are in this? Let me check.
No, that one there will be a mistake.
I want to see the fixtures that are in this one.
Burnley are playing Man City and then Everton.
Everton
are playing West Ham and then Burnley all away.
Let's continue.
Listen, Precious says that imagine getting excited for a Wegos and DCL double game week.
Charlie, Matthew was asking about Jarrod Bowen. Jarrod Bowen is not available.
Because
I think he's injured until the
Burnley plays City the first game.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yes, so
go ahead.
Roland, move. Roland, talk. Roland.
No. Marvin should finish what you were saying about Bowen.
No. I think Matthew Jones was asking whether Bowen will be available for game week 13. He said no. I think he's going to be available after the international break.
After the international break as well. Yes, so good. So everything said about 30. So please don't sell your players double in 31. Please. I know my guys are saying that you don't need those. But please, it's better to have a double game week player than to sell him and buy a single game week player. Unless you are buying a Liverpool
Why lost? I will be fraud. I'll never forget that double game. I want to captain against that game is 4. 4 times 2, 8 minus 4.
Roland,
everyone captain him, Masa.
Roland, what are you doing this week?
So
I know this week you don't want to talk.
It's one of oh, I mean, one of two things. I have 8 players. I can just leave it at that. The variance in FPL this season has been really huge, because we are all sitting here looking at Kane being good, but in just one game week, Son can outscore him, and everyone will be saying Kane is not good, but now Son is the better one. So it will be a sideways. That's my issue, because it's rather hope than any other thing. Because if you look at Son, he played badly yesterday. Watching back on the highlights, Kane had an opportunity to score earlier on when he got a ball from Sanchez, and he was unable to. And then, so you can tell that Kane is playing better than Son is now. But, anything can change in a game week, and we all know how good Son is. So the painful thing will be to bring out Son for Kane, and then Kane is outscored by Son. So it leaves me in a tricky position. 8 players is not bad. I don't really see any standouts in this game week.
Honestly, you are
no transfer. A change.
No transfer. So you bank, and then so like 31, you can get back your Chelsea boys.
You see, that's why I keep saying that I'm not the no transfer. I'll bank it, and I don't do those stuff. Anyone who has known me in FPL, I'm banking a transfer because of something. But it's just as I see it. If I feel Kane can, or Kane will do better, then I'll just take out Son. That's all. But if I still feel Son can do something, then I'll just keep him. That's it. Yeah.
Roland, you're not saying anything, so I'm moving on. Roland, sorry. You're okay.
I don't get what I've said. No, what doesn't make sense about it?
No. I don't make sense. No, I didn't say I don't make it. I just say that you've not been able to give us any clear cut. You've not been able to give us any clear cut idea of what exactly.
No, I said one of two things. I don't know whether I'll go in for Kane. That's all I said. I don't know if I'll go in for Kane or not. That's what I'm saying. But it's leaning towards that. I have 8 players. I can just decide to keep. Or if I feel that Kane will outscore Son, which looks more likely, I'll just go in for him. So it's one of these two things.
So, Roland, just as Matthews Joyce is saying in the
Son
chat,
is a waste of money by Matthews G.
No, not necessarily that. Kane and Kulusevski is the way to go. That combo is more profitable as at now. So that's one there. Now, what I'm going to do this game week, I'm just clearly going to do this transfer. I have to keep one of Dennis Broha. That one, I'll decide which of them.
Hey, you still have Dennis.
Please, I have not wild carded, so please allow me. So
you have the wild card. You have 2 chips.
Yes.
2 chips left.
2 chips. So Mount is going. Barnes is coming to Mount spot, and then for the front spot, Broha or Dennis, one of them will go, and then definitely I'm bringing Ivan Toney. I'm decided now. So Ivan Toney and Barnes is the move I'm making, so that I can have 9 players now. Dean got injured. I don't know why he just got injured when I knew I have 10 players. So all the best to me. Bit by bit, I'm climbing small. I'm praying by God's grace I can move higher. Marvin.
Another -4.
Please, yes, a -4. It's important.
You said how many players do you want? 9.
Okay.
I have 9. When I do that, I'll have 9. When I do that, I'll have 9.
Okay. I have 8 players. I think by the end of the day, I'll either have 8 or 9 players. The 9th player might be bringing in Ivan Toney. I'm also looking at Ivan Toney at the moment.
Okay.
So I'll have to think about it and see whether it's worth it. But I'm thinking about Ivan Toney. So Ivan Toney for one of the Southampton players, because any of them, I have enough money to move one of them on. Either that, or I'll just stick to my 8 players and roll the transfer. But I think I'll have either 8 or 9. I'm definitely not playing any free hit on this.
No,
In
no,
this
no,
game.
no, no. This game, yeah, no, no, no. Okay, sure, okay, sure. Any key questions for managers in the chat area as well? So after this blank game week 30, we should just know that you're going to enter the final lap. After the international break, everything will be quite clear. So after the FA Cup games that will come this weekend, every other thing will be very, very clear. And if you have your chips, please plan on how you're going to use your chips. Take your time and plan and decide where exactly you're going to use it. The best times to use the chips are game week 33 and then game week 36. We are expecting some very big double game weeks and some blanks around that side. So just reserve your chips. You have not used them, unleash it there. If you have 2 free hit chips this week, then you can decide to use one. And then, but if you have only one, please, I think it's better to keep it a little bit longer and then use it later in the season as well. So, any other thing, any other key comments, gentlemen,
Matthew
FPL
George is
ambassadors?
asking, is it okay to have 8 players for game week 30?
Yes. So yes, I think we missed that borderline question. So the borderline question for this game week, 8 to 9 players is enough. 8 to 9 players is enough to manage this game week, and then so that otherwise you go and buy players that next week you will want to sell those players again. That's the challenge, because next week we're having the City guys, the Chelsea guys, the Liverpool guys all back. So if you sell the players, next week you have to buy them, and it's transfers that go in here and there. And there's no clear-cut player this week that is going to hit, really, really hit. So even if you even have 7 players, though somebody might have 8 players, and the difference between you and that person might be just a very small point gap there. So any other key comments? Then we go. Rowland Marlvin. Sure captaincy this week. Final take. Sure captaincy.
Nope.
Sure captaincy.
Huh? What's your captaincy?
Who should we captain? Final captain this week.
Isn't it dependent on your team?
Kulusevski for me.
Kulusevski. Okay. Somebody just am wanting for people take your final tips. So final tips. So you said dependent on your team. Okay. So Marvin says look at your team and do Bluebird. How old are you? And decide who will be your captain over there. But the juice might be in that West Ham Spurs game or the Arsenal Aston Villa game. If you want to go safe, you can go for the clean sheet for Wolves. But Charlie, clean sheet there.
They don't get the clean sheet. They are playing with. If they score, just our money answer, so they also concede.
Yes. So okay. So managers, thank you so much for watching our video. Like our videos as well, and we will surely meet and then go with the final lap of the season. All the best to you all the best. Win your leagues, excel and rise higher, and we will surely meet very soon in FPL. Marvin, all the best then to you as well.
Matthew G. Kulusevski or Kane. So honestly, my captain picks will be between these two, either Kulusevski or Kane. If you want to be safe, depends on the type of manager you are. If you want to be safe, pick Kane. If you think like taking a punt, and this game week is one of the game weeks you take a punt because there's not really much of a big upside. So you can go for a punt for somebody like Kulusevski, and then because as Roland was saying, the variance can be big. So go for a punt like somebody like Kulusevski, and I mean, hopefully, or hope that it goes well. But for a safe pick, I'll go for King. If I feel like taking a punt, somebody like me who went to captain Ramsey instead of Coutinho, I think I can also captain somebody like Kulusevski instead of King.
You know the very funny thing that will happen here. We'll mention Kulusevski and Kane, and they will come back the next week and we'll realize that Son is the one who has done the job, and then we are all
FPL for you.
FPL for you, Charlie. So all the best managers. We'll surely meet very soon, and all the best. Thank you for being with us all through this time. We'll meet as well. Marvin, bye. All the best, and please, it's a Friday deadline. So sort your everything out before tomorrow. Don't wait till Saturday morning and you meet some kind of things to your team as well. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Marvin. Bye.